We're back in the air, and as previously promised, we're going to Disney World. We'll highlight EPCOT, Swan Dolphin Resort, Hollywood Studios, the Blizzard Beach Water Park, Animal Kingdom, the Polynesian Village Resort, the Grand Floridian Resort, the Magic Kingdom, and Disney's Contemporary Resort. That's all 4 theme parks, 1 water park, plus a few resorts. That'll make this longer, so bear with me. We'll be taking off from the water at the Sand Lake Seaplane Base in Orlando. And we'll be flying again in an Icon A5 light sport seaplane. Great for taking off from and landing on water. So let's get to flying. Once in the cockpit and the nav display is up, we'll push the throttle up to full, no parking brake on water, and off we go down the lake. Once we reach rotation speed, we pull back on the stick and we're up. We'll try to steady out a bit, and then we'll turn right toward the Disney parks. Okay. Our flight plan has us headed toward a little grass strip airfield at the Fantasy of Flight Museum in Polk City, Florida, aka the world's greatest aircraft collection, aka Orlampa Inc Airport. This puts us on a line that will head right over EPCOT, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom, and then we'll divert north to the Magic Kingdom. Okay, let's talk a little about how Microsoft Flight Simulator renders the world. The sim uses data and satellite imagery for Microsoft's big maps. This seems to be mostly two-dimensional imagery combined with some elevation data. The sim then uses the AI to extrapolate the 3D look of vegetation, roads, buildings, and landmarks. Unless the developers have gone in and hand-created better maps and textures for the buildings and landmarks, this can result in some interesting discrepancies of sorts, particularly where the AI has to guess at the height and shape of buildings. The Disney World theme parks are not locations designated as having been given more detailed updates by the developers, but they look pretty decent for a flight simulator. Tell us what you think of them in the comments. And consider subscribing and hitting that like button to see more like this. First up for the theme parks, we're headed off to EPCOT, just up ahead a bit. In the meantime, enjoy the scenery. There's EPCOT just ahead now. At EPCOT, there's quite a bit to see, so we'll get in close and pause the sim to look around. You can make out Test Track there, and Mission Space, and a few other attractions, including a familiar gold dome that I think is something for the future. You can also make out the main lake of the World Showcase area. We'll keep going and swing around to try to get a better pass at the iconic sphere of the spaceship Earth. As we get closer, we see that it is rendered pretty well.
United 412 climb that maintains 4,000 feet. American 1719, please expedite your descent 5,000 feet.
We'll leave EPCOT and head out toward Hollywood Studios. But first, we'll pass over several Disney resorts, including Disney's Swan Dolphin Resort, which looks pretty good. And there it is right there. I'll swing back around and get a better look. And there it is. Swan Dolphin.
United 412, you are 11 miles south of Orlando. Contact your Orlando tower on 124.31 inbound.
And there's Hollywood Studios ahead. We'll move in and pause again to have a look around.
Tower 124.3, United 412. American 1719, you are 300 feet below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet, altimeter 29.9 or 2.
As I've noted, the Bing Maps data is a bit older, as evidenced by the since removed purple Mickey Sorcerer hat right there. Plus, you can't make out either Toy Story Land or Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, but you can clearly make out the Tower of Terror. We'll again swing around for another pass and a closer look at the Tower of Terror. And then we'll head out. And there it is up ahead. We'll turn back to our original course, headed for Disney's Animal Kingdom. And we'll pass the Blizzard Beach Water Park off to the left on our way.
American 1719 has the traffic. American 1719, please expedite your
There's Blizzard Beach off our left wingtip.
American 1719, climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Climb and maintain 4,000 feet, American 1719.
And now, up ahead is the parking lot for Disney's Animal Kingdom. We'll close in, and then we'll swing around, and again, over the park, pause, and see what we can make out.
Climb and maintain 3,000 feet, American 1719. American 1719, you are 12 miles south of Orlampa.
The site of Pandora World of Avatar ahead and below is a dirt construction area, but you can see some of the Kilimanjaro Safari area far ahead. And some of those colored buildings are likely on Discovery Island or the Marketplace in Africa. Pausing, we swing around, look down a bit at those buildings, and you can clearly make out Mount Everest from Expedition Everest. Off to the right, up center. That's about all I can make out there. More in the main area. There's Everest again. Back towards the entrance and the parking lots. World of Avatar construction area. Discovery Island and Africa and the Kilimanjaro Safari. And we're out of here, off to Magic Kingdom. There's the main parking lots and transit hub ahead to the right. And as we get closer, you know the drill, thumbs up time. Or not, you choose. Now, as we pass over the edge of the Seven Seas Lagoon, we find two classic resorts. First is Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, and then we pass by the Grand Floridian. There it is. We'll turn northeast to head right for the Magic Kingdom. Once again, we'll move in and pause to look around. Okay, you can make out Cinderella's castle to center left fairly clearly, with Space Mountain dominating the right side. The polygons of the castle are a little off kilter, probably due in part to the mid-level rendering of the Xbox Series S. As we swing around left, we see that the buildings of the railroad station, main entrance, and Main Street USA aren't bad at all. And there's Space Mountain again. Obviously some work went into this area. It looks pretty good. Once we get moving again, we see that beyond the castle, Fantasyland shows a lot of detail, albeit a little jumbled at this speed. We're headed out and almost done. We'll pass by Space Mountain again. It'll be off our right wing in just a moment. And there it is. And then, as a bonus, we'll pass by Disney's Contemporary Resort, where the monorail passes right through the hotel. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to let us know in the comments where you'd like us to fly next. Enjoy!